me in one day, you guys can definitely see the difference in me. So let me find the Cooking Guild. We're going to be talking about my knife on this one. Let's invite Kurt. Super tired, but he's the man, dude. Talk about a dude who's on the grind always. He's a good dude, entrepreneur. Let's get him on. Where you at, Curtis? Come on, Curtis. But yeah, we're gonna be talking about this knife, all the new things that we got going on. We're gonna talk about like future ambassador programs. We're gonna talk about where this knife is gonna go, how we're gonna get it there. I'm just waiting for this dude to jump on. Come on, Cooking Guild. Curtis, if you can message me on Instagram if you can't find. Um, oh, he joined. Dude, my man.
We doing?
Curtis, can you hear me?
Yes, you hear me?
Dude, look, another stud I work with. Look at this dude. You should have been like a model or something instead of a knife producer.
Yeah, you're glazing, mate. You must
Uh,
be drunk.
dude, I haven't. It's early. It's 11 o'clock here, dude. I don't. I'm the type of person that I've always been like this. I'll either be on a boat or do something in the daytime. I don't drink until like everything's kind of done for the day and I can like finally relax. I'm
Yeah, I
real
feel
big
that.
on, yeah. Every once in a while, I'll day drink and it'll be like, beers in the day. But I'm not even a big beer drinker. I like to sip on like I'm a big like vodka iced tea dude. So like, but
Oh,
that has to
damn.
happen around like 6, 7, sometimes 5, sometimes 4. No, I'm just playing.
That's some hardcore stuff. I was in and
Uh,
out of your I was in and out of your previous live. How did it go?
dude,
Pretty chill.
that was the most epic live that I could possibly share. And dude, what's awesome about it is that if someone watches that video, they're gonna be it's gonna be life changing for them, dude. There's gonna be one person on that live that it's gonna help them, dude. So I'm so pumped those guys were on that live because without them, like, dude, that's the biggest thing that I want to share. It's like without other people, it doesn't matter, man. Like you can't just do this shit by yourself. And talking with you, it's the same thing. Like with the knife, like I couldn't do this by myself. I needed you. So.
Exactly. Team and your connections is really everything in life. Like every everyone goes through something at some point, and it really comes down to like who you know, who can help you out in situations. Surrounding yourself with people that can push you forward instead of pulling you back. And I truly believe in that, and that's something that I've really tried to improve in my life in the past like 10 years since
Yeah,
I've become a man.
yeah,
So yeah. No, you're all
dude,
awesome guys, all of you in there.
it's awesome. I'm gonna continue to just like do this with like people that I know would influence the world to help to better themselves. And you're a stallion, dude. Every time I've ever talked to you, you've always been respectful in business. Like you're just the guy you want to do business with because you're
I
trustworthy,
appreciate that.
you're honest, dude. Like, and you're a good looking dude. You know what I mean? So it's a win-win.
He's definitely drunk.
I'm not drunk. um,
If
but
I'm
let's
looking good already, dude, you must be a few beers down.
no, no. uh, I've always wanted to tell you that, but I was like, you know what? I should say it on a live when there's people on there, so I can just make you feel uncomfortable.
I appreciate that. We've got a couple of comments about the knives already. Knives are looking
Yeah,
fire.
let's talk about
A
the
couple of
knife,
people.
man. Let's talk
Yeah,
about the
sure.
knife. So, what time is it in Dubai right now? Just so I know.
Just past 10 p.m.
10 p.m. This guy's working at
Yeah,
10 p.m. That's the guy I
never
want to
stop.
work with. Yeah, that's rad. All right, let's talk about this knife, man. First, I just want to go and tell the audience of how even the Cooking Guild started. How did this all come about?
So a similar story to yourself. I was working in my father's restaurant when I was a kid. When I was like 13, even younger. He started restaurants when I was like 6, 5. I didn't start working in restaurants at that age, but as soon as I learned what money was and I needed money for things, I started working in the restaurant. So I was like 13, 14, started washing dishes and just it was a Thai restaurant.
Yeah,
So the food was very different, and from then I started getting introduced to cooking and expanding my palate and just started to get a passion for cooking. And it wasn't until there's a bit of a turning point in my life, and a similar thing to your story, whereas like I was an engineer before I was running the cooking guild,
Yeah.
and I got to the top of that position in like a 7 year time span, and there was nowhere else for me to go, and I kind of felt capped in my life, and I didn't know where to go. So I started researching. I wanted to do other things. I won't go too deep into it now, but
Yeah.
I lost my sister, and she did leave behind like a very small amount. It was like a few $1,000s, and she said to me like, "Don't waste this money." So that really stuck with me, and I had this money, and I really wanted to do something with it. And yeah, I always used to be obsessed with like Forged in Fire and all these TV shows where they're forging knives and they're making knives. And that's when I had the idea. I was like, I want to sell knives. I think I can do this. So I started researching like knives, how knives are made, trying to find out like the best materials, what makes a knife amazing. And I,
Yeah.
I spent a few years doing that. Um, that was 2019. The cooking guild started in 2019
Okay.
officially. 2018, I was doing a little bits and pieces, learning online sales, that sort of thing. And it wasn't until 2019 is when I put some money in, and I developed our own designs. Some of the early stuff is close to the Nomad, which is
Nomad.
based off your
Yep.
cleaver.
Yep.
And that was some of our early success. We started doing designs that nobody else, you couldn't go to a store and buy the knives that we were designing and selling. So the
Nice.
Cooking Guild really started through, I guess, like our passion for like knives, the craft and cooking, but also through lockdown, which was a very hard time for, I think, like everyone, like me personally and my
Yeah.
family. It was hard,
Yep.
but for us, like launching a business, an online business during that time was it was a good time because everybody was at home cooking and nobody could even order food. I don't know what it was like in San Diego, but I
Hmm.
started in England when the Cooking Guild started in England initially, and we moved everything over to America. So I'm back and forth from America and Dubai now. But when we started, yeah, through COVID, nobody could even order food. So we were in a position where everyone was cooking, everyone was watching content online, and I think you probably
Welcome you
started
guys
at a very
back on
similar
here. If you're new,
time.
Yeah.
consider
Yeah.
subscribing,
Whereas
liking, and
on
also
online,
share this video. So food influencer Michael Duarte, according to the reports that are coming out, they're saying that he died in a horrible incident just days after celebrating his wedding anniversary with his wife. Michael, who posted cooking videos under the Instagram handle Food with Beer Hands, passed away on Saturday while traveling through Texas, according to a GoFundMe that was posted on his IG. The GoFundMe page released a statement that I think was actually drafted by the family, and it read, "It's with heavy heart that we share the sad news that Michael Duarte passed away in a horrible incident on Saturday, that was on November 8th, during his travel in Texas. Michael's death occurred just 3 short days after he and his wife celebrated their 9 year wedding anniversary, and of course, the world may know him as Food with Bear Hands, but to us, he was a loving husband, a father, a brother, and a great friend to so many. We ask that you lift Michael's family in prayer during this extremely very difficult time, especially for his 6-year-old daughter, that is Oakley, and his wife Jessica. If you are able to financially assist, please consider donating. This heartbreaking news came without warning, leaving Jessica to incur the expense of bringing him back home to California and covering funeral expenses. During this time and in the months, years ahead, we want to make sure that Jessica and Oakley are taken care of as Michael would have wanted them to be. Your support would bring comfort, stability, and a reminder that they are not carrying this weight alone. The funeral plans for Michael are undecided at this moment in time, but we'll update you all at the later date. The family deeply thanks everyone for the love and support as they grieve through this tragic loss. The cause of death is unclear, but of course, Michael's talent agency also posted about his death, remembering him as a devoted husband to his wife Jessica, a loving father to his daughter, brother, and a loyal friend to so many around the world. With over 2 million IG followers, TikTok followers, and of course, posting a couple of videos, his legacy is going to be remembered for generations after generations. We are praying for the whole family, the wife, the fans, and everyone who knew and loved Michael. Rest in power, King.